So for the people who are joining us, these guys are on the next step on their road to Paris. We had 4 live events in North America, one at KublaCon, one at Origins Game Fair, one at FanExpo Canada, and one at GenCon. And these are the winners of each of those events. Now, they are all going to be playing each other this weekend, first in a round-robin tournament, and then in a best-of-5 final series to determine who is going to be the North American representative, one of the 8 people going to Paris. So we brought them all here today to meet each other, show off their fangs, talk some strategy, and kind of meet everyone in the community. So welcome, guys. Thank you so much for being here. It's definitely an honor, especially that you've come so far. So do you want to start with Cryxious so you guys can tell us about yourself? You know, how you came to the game, tell us how you got involved in the tournament, and definitely be sure to say which event you won.
Yeah, let's start with Cryxious. We'll go to Parading, Smurfburn, and then
Hey
last
guys,
but not least, JasonParadise.
I'm Cryxious. Sure. I am the 2013 GenCon champion. I've been playing for just under 5 months now. I learned about this game just because I was looking for a new digital card game and did some research around, and I'd always been interested in the Might and Magic universe and kind of seeing how this translated well to a strategy and tactical game, which sometimes I think other games like Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh don't necessarily kind of have that level of strategy. So I definitely invested some into this, being a former game developer myself, and yeah, I had to battle against a very hard Fleshbane deck to win at Gen Con with my Alia, which you might have seen.
Yeah,
that was...
and still owes me ice cream.
Yeah, and you guys can go on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/mmduelofchampions if you want to see a replay of those epic matches against Marketeer Fred. That was good stuff, man. You went to 5 games, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, man.
That was, the first game was a loss, and stabilizing in that second game was actually, I think that was the point, because I feel like if I had lost that game right there, I would have been completely broken, but I definitely, coming back 3 straight would have been hard. And so I just felt like, understanding that he was playing Fleshbane, I had to kind of wait it out and just outlast the pain.
Outlast the pain of the Fleshbane. I like that. That was some good rhyming there. That was good.
Nice.
So
Parading, you want to...
Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Parading. I won the Origins tournament for Duel Champions. I was playing a Haven Honor deck, which, as I've since learned, is not a top-tier deck, so I don't know quite how I won. But I was pretty new to the game at that point and been playing very casually. I've since gotten much more devoted to the game. I was looking basically for something to replace Magic. I used to play that back in the day. And it was fun, but it was just a money sink. And also didn't have much time to play it. And when I read about this game in Penny Arcade, it seemed like a great way to get that fix with free to play, without investing too much to try it out. And I like the tactical depth of the placement of the creatures and the fact that you can never get mana screwed, which was my biggest problem with Magic, because I seem to always get mana screwed in any Magic tournament I ever played in. So.
right.
Yeah, I feel like that's a common refrain that we hear from people, like when we got to the live events, like, oh, what do you like about this game? And they're like, you don't get screwed in mana.
Yeah, definitely a plus.
Yeah, for sure.
This is good, because getting screwed in mana has absolutely zero reflection on your ability as a player. So it's nice to kind of levels the playing field a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. So Smurfburn, you were the very first North American live winner. Tell us your story.
Okay, my name's Smurfburn. I'm the 2013 KublaCon winner. I started playing Duel Champions about 3 weeks before KublaCon. I thought it was going to be an event hosted, and I thought I'd prepare for it and see what happened. My final matches weren't as epic as Cryxious. I swept my opponent 3-0 after telling him I would. Pretty happy with that.
Yeah, and your finals opponent there is actually a friend of yours
He is. Yeah, he was actually my roommate at the time.
at the time. So things have changed.
That's a bad breakup, man. That's a bad breakup.
It was rough. We're not solos mates anymore.
That's pretty funny. And you had been playing the game for a little bit before the tournament happened,
Yeah,
right?
about 3 weeks. So I came in pretty prepared. I played Inferno Control, the cards I had. I've played a lot since. I can play anything but Haven because I can't pull Haven cards for some reason. I also come back from Magic. I come from a Magic background like the other guys. Played some Grand Prix and stuff like that. But just tired of traveling, tired of the money sink. I like this more.
It's awesome.
Nice. Well, we're happy to have you. Jack, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
I've never did this before, so if I do any bad, please understand. My name's iamjackoh. Believe I started playing this game 3 days before the FanExpo 2013.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I was really weirded out by the fact that I won the first tournament that I entered. So I did not know how to cope with it for like the next 2 days.
Were you just like freaking out or what?
I was just like, did I just win or is this just a normal day? I could not tell. Yeah, so
Well, you had some pretty tough competition too. I remember initially you were kind of like waffling on whether or not you were even going to come back the next day. And play in the tournament.
It costed $50 to come back to FanExpo, so I was like, is it gonna be worth it? But then when I came back and I won the tournament, it was worth it.
Nice.
So what do you attribute your skills to? Like what was your main game before?
I played a bit of like Magic on Steam, but I wouldn't really say that's the real deal, so I haven't really had much background in the first place.
You're just naturally a phenomenal player.
Yeah. That's my subtle
I like that.
boasting.
Jack is like, you guys saved me for last for a reason. You always got to save the best for last. I like that.
Oh,
That's-
yeah.
Man, I mean,
Well, so with so we're gonna be playing. The four of you are gonna be playing this weekend, and obviously you've been crowned champions at your respective events. At different time periods. Smurfburn, it's been a minute for you. You've had some time to get ready for us. Do you want to tell us a little bit about like how you've been training and getting ready for the event this weekend?
Well, I've definitely been grinding. I think I'm at level 58. I still play a lot with my best friend, Dietrich42. We were play testing all this week. I definitely take that Magic intensity we had and I transport it to this game, play testing, meta games. Like I said at the tournament, I play at night at like 3 in the morning a lot with the Europeans.
we lost
I
someone.
think that offers a really diverse.
There he is. He's coming back.
That seems to offer a pretty diverse game. I noticed really it's like night and day when you play at night. But I've definitely put a lot of time and a lot of resources into this.
So do you have is your deck all ready to go, or
Yeah, I have
are
a couple.
you, okay.
A couple. Oh, so it isn't just one strategy. You're prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Very cool. Not necessarily saying what you're going to use this weekend because I don't want to reveal your strategies. But if you had to pick a favorite play style, so just something that you think you've grown to know and love. Not necessarily what you're playing because I don't want, like I said, I don't want to put you at a disadvantage. But what would you pick?
Well, I love the new epic spells, and I like the new Necro hero Malik.
Mhm.
I like pulling a Tropos out of the graveyard over and over and over again. That makes my day.
Oh, you're one
like
of those
I said
guys.
Before, I can't play Haven.
Mhm.
I am one of those guys. I can't play Haven though because I can't pull Wolf Captains or any epic Haven card. It's just
Have you just not been able to get Wolf Captains?
No, man. I've probably gone through about 12 boxes.
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
I
Wolf
know.
Captain.
I've still been chasing down the Wolf Captains, and it doesn't happen either. Cryxious though, Cryxious is the captain of the Wolf Captains.
Dude, I've heard he has the magic pull with that.
Dude, he has the magic pull of the Wolf Captains. Cryxious, how did that even happen? Did you just get super lucky on getting the Wolf Captains?
I think the first time that I started opening a void
I think maybe Cryxious's internet is acting up on him because he keeps dropping out on us.
Oh.
He just
Oh yeah.
He doesn't want to reveal this secret.
There he is.
That's what.
That's what it is. Cryxious
Oh, yeah,
is there. He is again. He just came back.
we're popping in and out here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so
There we go.
for Smurfburn, and for the other people watching, like someone is saying in chat, the Altar of Wishes has been announced. There's a video on our YouTube channel about it, but it's going to be a way that people can get any card that they want. So if there's like that one card that you're still looking for, there will be a way in the game that you can get it. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that was
I'm
thankfully.
pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, that was just announced today, and I think the method to getting it's really neat.
Yeah, I
Whenever
think
you
that's going to be really good.
whenever you buy a pack, you can get wild cards, and whenever you even purchase a pack with gold, you'll be having a chance to get a wild card. You can trade the amount of wild cards that a card costs to buy.
Oh wow.
With the older series cards costing less, whereas each expansion, the newer it is, the more it'll cost.
The link on your laptop.
So, kind of cool. If we wanted to, even we can talk about that a little bit more. But I definitely want to learn more about you guys as well, too.
Oh, you know what I would like to know? So let's go through each one of you guys. If the Altar of Wishes was out today, what is the one card that you would
Oh wow,
get?
nice question.
Well, I can go first because I want Demiria. I haven't pulled her yet in any packs, and I really want to build a deck around her because she seems awesome, but have not had any luck. I know I'm giving away one deck I won't be playing to the other guys here, but that's definitely a card I really want to pull at some point.
Nice. Dude,
Yeah,
we
that'd be a good one.
just had her in the Infernal Pit a couple weeks ago, man. She was.
Oh yeah, she was. She was one of the voted.
Yeah, I
ones.
missed out on
those
that,
never
too.
work for me.
Aw. Well, what about
Burning cards.
what about Smurfburn? What do you think? What would be the card you'd choose?
I think I need a playset of Dark Assassins.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm still missing
Or,
mine as
Dark
well.
Banshees. I'll be happy. That'll make me happy. So I guess it's more than one card. That's 6.
Yeah.
How many Dark Assassins do you have right now, or do you
I
have
have
any?
none.
Oh jeez, dude, Dark Assassins are so money in early game.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me about that.
Well, they're really fun, and
So Jacko, what would you select? What would be the card you'd go for?
Pow Death Seeker.
Oh yeah, gotta love those POWs. POW right in the face. They just come out, punch you for 3 damage.
That card is so good.
Mhm.
Get free 3 damage.
This
Yeah, you
is
guys gonna have the alternate art cards there, or just the stock ones?
that's a good question. I honestly
see
don't
those
know the
al-
answer
I
for
see
that.
those- I see those alternate art Dark Assassins, and I always think I'm like, oh, I'm gonna lose. It's an alternate art. The game's over. The game's already over.
Nice. I don't know. I actually need to find out the answer to that myself. What I also need to find out the answer to, though, is there's one person we haven't asked that question to, and that's Cryxious. So,
Wolf Captain.
yeah, he's going to be like, yeah, I need another Wolf Captain. I've already got a couple, but maybe I can have another. Cryxious, what would you choose? What's going to be the first card you grab in the Ultra Wishes?
You know, I actually, I would probably go with the Earth Epic. Because
Might of Nature.
I have a feeling that this next expansion is going to make a Comus a boss, and I'm trying to go ahead and plan for that. That's one of the decks that I'm eagerly interested in, and so Might of Earth, I believe is the name of it.
Yeah, the Might of Nature. Yeah, dude, that's a
Might of
card.
Nature, yeah.
I'm playing a Demiria deck right now myself, and it would be so much better if I had that card. That's probably going to be my first as well. So I am right there with you. So Ultra Wishes, hopefully that'll be out rather soon with the next expansion, the Forgotten Wars, which is pretty cool.
featuring the new Academy faction, which is sick.
Aw, yeah, that's
I know,
pretty
we can
baller.
maybe talk about some of those new mechanics going in that a little bit later. A question from the chat from Mirth. I think this is one that's weighing on the community at large's mind. So, you guys are the North American Live Tournament champions. You are just 3 people away from going to freaking Paris and competing in the World Championship, but waiting on the other side of the ocean is going to be some pretty serious European opposition going on. And I just want to open up the question: Are you guys nervous? Like, have you been paying attention to the European community, because they've had a little, about a year or so head start on the game ahead of you guys? Are you scared?
I don't know if I'm scared. Like I said earlier, I like to play at 3 in the morning with the Europeans, and they
Nice.
are a lot more. They're a lot harder. But my philosophy is, if I go to Worlds, I'm going to talk the world to smack.
Woo!
Oh, USA, right?
The
USA.
jumpsuit, the red and blue
USA.
jumpsuit.
Yeah, I play against a lot of the Europeans as well. So, playing up either during the days on the weekends or on the nights that I stream, I definitely run into them. And so it's always nice to try and bump your ELO up by taking out a Euro. Just saying.
Oh wow, we got some like region feuding going on here. I like it. This is good. This is awesome. We're gonna have like the USA versus like Poland chants going on, in Paris. It's gonna be good.
You're gonna have an angry mob of Polish dudes waiting for you on the other side of the Atlantic after this stream. Oh, we got the Quebec power here.
That's it.
Maybe we should watch what we say. There's going to be 7 of them there, right? We might not even make it to the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
What about you? What about you, Hugo? Are you nervous? Have you seen the like Matrix Disc or Eminem versus Smarties?
I don't know. I don't think I've seen those guys, but like Smurfburn was saying, it's night and day when you play. I thought I was all good when I won this tournament at Origins, and then I started doing some online Swiss tournaments, and I kept losing and losing and losing because I was playing when all the Europeans were on. And then when I started playing when the Americans are on, I started winning. I was like, oh, okay. Different levels of competition, for sure. So, certainly something to be aware of, but, all 4 of us have won tournaments here, so hopefully we can give them a run for their money when one of us makes it to Europe and represent.
nice.
Very nice. Well, then Jack, you probably have been the most humble of our participants here. What do you think? I mean, you're pretty fresh off your win. So, have you had a chance to check out like what some of the European opposition is like?
I have no idea what they play or what they even do, but right now I'm more scared of the 3 guys that I'm gonna face soon than I am of the Europeans. So I think I'm just gonna try to win these guys first before I get thinking about Europeans.
Dude, that's a good way to do it, though. I mean, you gotta focus on the opposition in front of you before you can focus on, the playoffs, so to say. You gotta finish one match before you can look forward to the next. So that's actually a pretty smart way of going about that. One match at a time.
Ancient Asian philosophy for you, right?
Is that like an old Asian proverb?
I don't even know, but
Nice. Very cool.
I'm giving out codes in chat, by the way.
oh, what? I gotta grab some. Let me get that.
Oh, I feel so bad for Cryxious. He keeps dropping out on us. So I apologize because the screen capture is going to keep going in and out while he is looking to rejoin us.
Hugo and I can share myself for a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
You could be my alter ego on the chat. Then half of me will be Cryxious.
I like it. That's good. There's like half people going on the bottom row as Bob's coming in and out. Cryxious is coming in and out. So, okay, I want to go on to my next question because I only got to ask one person this earlier, and I kind of want to ask the others as well. I got to ask Smurfburn about what his favorite playstyles were. Hugo, Jacko, I want to talk to you guys both next about the same thing. Hugo first. Not necessarily going to reveal what you're going to be playing because I don't want to put you at a disadvantage, but if you had a favorite strategy or something that you enjoy playing, if someone's wanting a fun style to play and you were going to give them some advice, what do you think is the best way to go?
All right, do you want me to start?
Yes, please.
All right. Well, I think when I was really testing out different decks, I think the funnest one I had that I was playing was Inferno. I think Inferno is just when you're new to the game,
Yeah,
and you're still learning sort of the tricks about it. Inferno's great. It's fast. It's aggro. You're killing things. You're destroying things. So even when you lose, you feel like you've done something against the other player, which is more satisfying than playing a control deck and then losing against a one-turn kill deck where you've done nothing and they just kill you in one turn.
Nice.
So that's what I would recommend when people are still figuring out the game. Once you move beyond that, I've been really toying with control and trying to figure out whether control or rush is a better solution to a wide variety of decks. I still haven't decided which one I like better because you've got to figure out the meta and what's going on, what people are playing. But I also like to have a go-to deck that can just deal with anything that gets thrown at it. So I've been really experimenting with it.
What do you think is your go-to anything throw at a deck? What mechanics or cards do you think are essential to your universal deck, if there is such a thing?
Well, I think I like spells over fortunes in terms of dealing and being flexible with different things. I really like the destruction spells or the control spells, like the Puppet Master spell that lets you take over creatures. It's a 6 magic one, but that whatever bomb your opponent drops on the board, you can just take it. So cards like that, I think, are really the ones I look for when I'm trying to build all-around decks. It's just cards that almost no matter the situation, I can just throw down and know I can respond to my opponents. Now the downside of that, right, is if I don't have any bombs and they don't bring bombs, then those cards are kind of wasted. So you kind of want to balance. You don't want to spend your whole deck just responding to your opponent. You also want to bring a few surprises of your own.
Right. I understand what you're saying for sure. Okay. Same questions that we've been asking to Smurfburn and also Parading as well. Jackoh, you of course are a little bit newer to the game than the rest of these guys. What strategies have you taken a liking to? Again, I don't want to, you could totally be lying to us right now because you could throw these guys off. You could say my favorite strategy is that Crag Hack control deck. That's mass earth spells, and they might.
I mostly play Inferno Maniac, so
there you go, man.
You guys won't be able to deal with it.
But Jackoh, give us your thoughts. What do you like?
I didn't have enough money to spend on seals and buy cards, right? So whatever card or pack I get, I try to go for the shiny cards. Try to make a dick out of that. So I'm not really sure what I like.
Wait, so you didn't have any money to spend on seals, so you use the most inefficient way to get cards?
Yeah, that's why I'm looking for the codes and stuff. I'm just going on websites to websites trying to look for one code.
Dude, I love it. It's just if there's premium cards, man, I don't care what it does. That's going in my deck. If it's got the bling, it's in that thing. I like it. That's good. That's really good. All right.
I search for the shinies too. I can feel you on that one.
You're killing me. Cryxious, you're last but definitely not least here. I think we already know the answer. I'm assuming it's going to be Haven. But what's your favorite playstyle? What should people be looking into if they're new to the game?
Well, I think that Haven is definitely what I will be playing. If you have any idea of me streaming, and actually, my man Smurfburn over there, his friend Dietrich, did a little bit of intel gathering because he practiced against me. So I think he's got an idea what I'll be probably playing. But I do have a couple of Haven decks that I'm also trying to decide if I make it from the first round to the second round. So, and that being said, when I played Alia, it could be both a rush deck, but also kind of have a little bit of control to control the board and take out creatures and so on and so forth. And, Cassandra's got a couple of good decks that are out there, that are kind of fortune, but can also be a little bit rush based too. Sandalphon, he's a tier 1 deck.
Oh, for sure.
And so I think, as a new player that's coming in, you obviously, you want to learn the game, but Haven is not necessarily going to be easy to learn. You kind of have to weather the storm. And so if you choose Haven, just realize that you're not going to get those quick victories at the very beginning. You're going to have to kind of, battle it out in the trenches and figure out a way to get your guys through.
Yeah, I have to admit, and this is a little bit of a side note, but I think you would really enjoy this Cryxious. There was a really popular streamer, Susu99, who he's actually the highest level player in the game right now. I think he's level like 353 or something crazy like that, which is unreal. But he's been playing an Alia deck recently that has a really funny combination of cards in it, and it's becoming a little bit more popular. You're seeing it more and more pop up, where he's combining towering creatures, which means you can't attack anything else in the row, where they can't take any damage, and then the Imperial Guard Haven unique unit, or epic unit, I should say, where if you're taking damage on your hero, instead it goes to him. So if you have the towering unit there, you can take no damage until that towering unit dies. Have you got any thoughts on that as the Master Haven player that you are? Because I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on that towering combo.
It's not a bad combo. I think that deck takes a lot to get going. If you are playing a Seria Rush deck, if you're playing an Inferno Rush deck, if you know how to kind of put the pressure on,
right,
you can get past it. But that it's a good combo, obviously, with the Imperial Guard and Alia, who gets to heal. And so you're obviously playing to get to at least turn 9, turn 10, and you got to make sure that you've got the cards to play during that. So Haven as a control deck still needs a decent amount of creatures, right? So even for this setup,
right,
with the towering and the combo, it kind of takes a lot to get into place. But then Alia has, if you have the 2 epics, you have Light of Tomorrow, you have the Forgotten Flame, or Forbidden Flame, excuse me, and so that kind of helps you out. So it's a good deck. I honestly think that with the new expansion that there'll be another return to more Haven-style control decks, but you guys have seen me. You know what I'm going with. Sandalphon, baby. Sandalphon all the way.
So I have a follow-up question about decks for you guys. This was asked by the chat. It says, I think this was Mirth that asked this. It said, question for champions. Do you guys believe that magic spell-supported decks are way more used and common than fortune ones? And if so, do you prepare to deal with fortune-based decks, or do they not believe that to be necessary? Smurfburn, do you want to start that one off, or does someone else have a stronger opinion?
I think outside of Tier 1, you see a lot more spell-based decks, but definitely when you get into the higher competition is where you start seeing fortunes used more and more. There are some decks that run cheap spells, but I mean, having played Stronghold decks that don't run spells, having played the Slowpoke, Blue people, Merfolk people, drawing a blank, that runs all fortunes. It definitely seems like the higher the competition level, the more fortunes you're going to see.
Yeah, those lock decks like Yukiko Lock and the Slowpoke decks that are becoming so popular nowadays. I mean, Nurgle Slowpoke right now is one of the most incredible strong decks up at the top level, where you combine both spells that stop you from taking damage, and then also your like Ultra Shadows fortunes, so that people can't attack you. Very strong. But I don't want to monopolize this here. Parading, what experience do you have? Spells, fortunes, give us your opinion. Oh, did we lose his sound here? I see the lips moving and...
Parading. I think you're muted.
Might have muted.
Yeah, Google Hangouts muted me. Here we go.
There we go. Sorry about that. All right,
so
go
one
ahead.
of the things I've seen, one of the things I've realized is, when you think you figured out the meta, then people are gonna trick you or turn it on you. So you can't overthink it and think, you're not gonna see fireballs at high level play, because then you get paired up against a low elo player or a high elo player trying out something different, and then all of a sudden you get fireballed. So basically just, I plan for both spells and fortunes, and if I start seeing more of one, I might shift my decks a little just to adjust for that in the meta, but I always just assume I'm going to see both types of decks throughout.
Fair enough. Jackoh, what about you? Have you, have you seen anything like since you started playing and competing more online? Like, do you prepare for one type of deck, a more fortune-based deck or a spell-based deck, more than the other, or kind of what have you seen so far?
If I were to be really extreme, I would say what's basically fortune cards, because I really don't see a lot of it.
Okay.
Because I'm not in the super high elos as the other guys. I'm just like floating around 800. So I don't even know what fortune cards, like what types of fortune cards are out there.
So you feel like you just haven't gotten to that point yet. So got it. Makes sense.
You might get some vicious ones down the line.
Yeah, I'll pee my pants if I actually see some.
It'll be the pants peeing fortune card.
Oh shit.
That sounds.
You just peed your pants, discard a hand.
If I could be honest, that sounds a little bit OP.
Yeah.
All right, so we have another
I apologize for that. That was horrible.
No, that was horrible. Oh, I just got it. OP. Can we take the last 10 seconds back? Just kidding. So question from Irishman in the stream. It says, I have a question. What do you guys think about the balance changes announced that says they will kind of nerf rush decks and make high risk, high reward decks with high resource cost creatures and spells work better? I want to ask this to Cryxious, because I know that you probably play the lowest level requirement deck out of anyone here, like a 3/4/1.
Yeah, I mean, so first off, whether or not that is a good or a bad thing, I think that's something that we would see with the next expansion, and also kind of where they want to take the game. There's a level of understanding, I think, from the player base that if you watch the game that's playing and it's a lock deck versus a lock deck, you kind of are just like, oh man, it's like watching golf. Unless you're actually playing golf, you don't really care. But
Right.
The flip side of that is, for me, as being mostly, and especially most recently, the way that my cards are set up, is I do play a lot of rush, and so I've been testing out against a lot of control decks when I can, and trying to figure out and be able to capitalize on those missteps or those misplays. And it's hard to do, because if you're not able to kind of attack when you need to, or pull the right card when you need to, you're kind of SOL. But I don't necessarily think that it's, the balance changes there. I think rush decks are still possible, and I think we're just going to have to find a new form of rush deck, right? Whether it's finding that next wombo combo, or being able to use your spells to kind of, manipulate. There's a lot of new stuff that's coming out with Academy, right? Like, I'm super excited to see all the different things that's going to happen there, with phasing, and definitely, the new kind of creatures that are coming into play. So just for me, I always try to look at the minimum that it needs to get my deck engine going. And so I do respect, of course, like a Demiria Control or a Yukiko Lock or these higher control decks. I don't necessarily have the cards to make those, so therefore I don't have the infinite the knowledge to deal with them 100%. But I still think Rush has a chance.
Anyone else have any thoughts on the subject?
Yeah, I'd like to see a shift in the meta towards less control and less one-turn kills, towards more creature-based, more interesting creature decks. Going back to that Haven Honor deck that that Sanctuary Honor deck that I played at Origins. I'd like to go back to it and play it at high-level play, but there's just no room for that once you get to a certain elo to try out fun creature-based decks like that. You got to go rush or you got to go control, and these big creature decks, the resources and the loss of tempo from that is just too brutal when you're playing top tier decks.
Well, everyone's
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Smurf. I'm just going to say one thing real quick for parading. Just because I've gotten to see a lot of the cards that are going to be in the new expansion, and I think that Sanctuary players will, one, be very happy, and I think there's going to be some interesting changes to the entire way the game is played with the new cards that will be coming out, that we'll see that shift, that you're going to be able to play decks like that. But more info, of course, will be coming on those changes as the patch notes are coming out in the next couple weeks. Smurfburn, didn't mean to cut you off before. Lay it on us, man.
Oh, I was gonna say, that this game's already been through a lot of changes. I don't know if people have played, anyone here played against the old Secret Prison decks,
Yep.
or before Tower was nerfed. I mean, and then everyone was kind of screaming the end of the world then. So it's going to continue on. Like Cryxious said, rush decks will still be there. Maybe end game decks will be more end gamey, and rush decks won't go off until turn 3. But it's just, if anything, it'll just move everything up a couple turns.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys.
Yeah, very good point. I mean, it's like a living environment, right? You know, it's like a lot of it is like, you know, how are you able to adjust? You know, how can you go along with the play like as it changes? And personally, I feel like that's like kind of the mark of a true champion, instead of someone who just gets settled into a group that is able to like adjust to those changes and still stay on top of things.
My dream, I think, is the same dream Chase has. I want to play Chaos Imp and have it grab more than one card.
Yeah, before someone uses an insect swarm or a firebolt and just knocks it out.
Or the
Don't worry,
event now. The
we
event
got some mass cards that are coming out. I don't know. I won't say anything. They're just some mass cards coming out. Keep your eyes.
Yeah, man, for sure. Next question
So
from the chat. We got Mirth01 that asks, do you think combo-oriented decks are too risky or too easy to counter that they are not played that much at the current time? Or maybe there's something else that keeps combo decks from seeing competitive play? I mean, we talked a little bit about the Towering combo with the Imperial Guard, but let's throw this over actually at Cryxious again, because I think, I mean, you've got your Wombo combo in the Send Elfin deck where you've got Ice Splinters and Song of the Lost where you can clear the board out. But it's still kind of risky because if the board's flooded, if every single row is put out, I mean, you might not be able to use that combo. What are your thoughts on this combo question?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, the combo that's there, unless it's an absolute, you know, game winner for you, which the Wombo combo is a game changer, which can lead to a game winner, but it's still, you have to get the right cards to play at the right time. And so you're depending on, you need to build your deck to have a combo that assists. I wouldn't build a deck that's only based on that, right? But Sandalphon is made stronger just because of his spell schools and how this combo came about. And, you know, if you top deck that and you've got the 7 resources to pull it off, and the other guy, you know, has 4 or 5 creatures and he's got the board control, you've got to figure out how, you know, you want to push the big red button and make them all go boom. At the same time, you know, you could look at any of the combo cards that involve the Peddler or the Bard. You know, one of the things that I'm looking for this next expansion is we need to have a guy that finds fortunes. We've got somebody that goes and finds, you know, creatures. We have guys that go and find spells. We need somebody to go and bring fortunes out. And I think that would be an interesting thing, because what Mirth is talking about here, because he and I have a lot of different discussions going on in our chat. We actually want to see fortunes get brought up to the competitive level the way that spells are. Right now, you're only seeing that at the super high level tiers, like what Smurfburn said, and I think that's valid because spells are a little bit easier. And so when I'm talking to new players, I actually tell them, focus on either doing creatures and spells or creatures and fortunes when you're making your early decks. Try to get down to 59 cards. You know, try and be as competitive as you can. You might not start out at 59. You start out at 70, 75, but start chipping away at it and getting down there. So you can't build it all around the combo. You know, it's definitely got to be a part of the deck. Deck's got to have other elements.
Yeah, unless you're a jerk and you build your entire deck around spells and fortunes, like the Nurgle deck I was playing for a while, because, you know, then you're just a jerk. Let's be honest here. That's just straight up control, and throw your POW Deathseekers down and bring them back with broken bridges and town portals, and that's just, it's mean, it's cruel, it's unusual. It burns people. And speaking of burns, Smurfburn, I want to hear your thoughts on the same subject. I mean, combos, I mean, do you play with any combos in your deck? Anything that you have to add to that?
Well, it depends on the deck. I mean, Malik Atropos is a combo.
Yeah, of course.
And it does burn people. But the problem I have with like Yukiko Control is it's black and white. I see it as you win if they don't have the tools to beat you, or you just lose if they do have the tools to beat you. And nobody likes to just win or lose. Everybody likes to have the chance to win every game. And that's why I think that a lot of people don't play those control decks. If Yukiko gets the tools to beat Demiria, then maybe you'll see more of it in competitive play. But who wants to bring a Yukiko deck to a high-level tournament and face a Demiria and not have a chance?
Right.
You know.
Makes sense. With a hard counter like Demiria where you can just discard each time, as soon as you hit that 6 resource, that's really tough.
So, gentlemen, question for you. Well, just for an introduction for anyone joining the stream, it looks like we picked up a few new people in the last few minutes or so. We are here with the North American live tournament winners from the Road to Paris. These guys are all going to be competing this weekend, and one of these 4 will be going to Paris at the end of October as the North American live champion representative. And I think, and we had talked about this earlier, Smurfburn is in one of our videos that we had made over the course of our tour at all these different events. I know that some of you fans out there want to see a little smack talk, but Jason, do you have that video queued up for us?
I actually can play
see
that.
The live competition in action.
Sure, not a problem. Let me.
This is a build-up, Smurfburn. This is a build-up here.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Smurf, what did you say your goal was? What was your goal with this? What you were doing?
To sweep him, right? To win 3-0.
That's it, man.
Infuriate all of Europe.
The jerk of the year award or something like that. All right, I'm gonna play this video for you guys.
Conan O'Brien's douche of the week.
Douche of the week.
was my goal.
That is a very classy way to say that. I like it.
Well, no, it's literally what he has. It's a segment he has once a week. He takes YouTube videos.
I think you could have won it with this. Let's play that for these guys that are on the stream, and we'll see exactly what we're talking about. So this is Smurfburn, KublaCon, right in action. Here, check this out, guys.
Hi, I'm Chase Strait, representing Duel of Champions at KublaCon.
If my video actually wants to pull it up, because it looks like it doesn't want to. There we go!
This weekend we're kicking off our Road to Paris International Tournament, where we're sending 8 finalists to Paris to crown a grand champion. The winner of this tournament is going to face 3 other live tournament winners for that spot to Paris, but if you can't make it to one of these, you can go to duelchampions.com to download the game and get more info on how you can join in on the battleground.
1, 2, 3.
Very exciting seeing all these new games. Duel of Champions, really fun game. After a few minutes, I understood really simple and quite addicting as well.
I like the fact that it's a free-to-play model. It's something that's really popular right now, and I think they're doing it the right way.
It is very playable. It is very colorful. It is engaging.
The reason I'd recommend this is because the game is really easy to play. It's really fast-paced.
And I can't wait to play online, because then I can start playing against people around the world and see how they think and what their strategies are too.
Oh, it's really a streamlined game. There's a lot of complexity to the cards, so they can add dynamics that you don't see in like Magic the Gathering and other similar games.
When I was playing against my second opponent, he had filled his board out against mine. We were tied at life points, and then I fireballed half of his board away, and that pretty much won me the match.
My strategy is small creatures and big spells, and just kind of try to survive until later, and then I take control of the game.
All right, ready?
Ready for this, Julian.
All right, good luck. Last night, I modified my deck to attack anywhere or do sweep or charge moves so that I could just empty the battlefield no matter where I put my creatures.
The strategy was to follow just the same lines of the faction, which was just defensive spells and healing spells, just to outlast the other opponent.
I ended up drawing a card that did 2 damage to all his creatures and kind of wiped most of his board at that point and won the game.
All right, gentlemen, any last words before we get this started?
I just want to say personally, I don't know if I'm more excited about me winning or you losing.
He started the trash talk already.
So good. So good.
Smurfburn.
The third game was a little closer than I wanted it to be, but I finally pulled it out and got the sweep. I'm pretty excited to go over there and represent the United States and get a free trip to Paris and hopefully do well.
So now you got a few months before your next competition in Road to Paris. What are you going to do to prepare?
I'm just going to play test online. Like I mentioned earlier, I'll go in there and play with the Europeans. They have a pretty good developed metagame, and I'll just do my best to get ready.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. You played well, and we'll see you again in September.
Oh my God. This guy with yeah, it was a little closer than I wanted it to be, but you know, and then he just kind of brushes his shoulders off. I like it.
It wasn't even remotely close. You demolished him. I don't think that he even won a different game.
That's so cruel.
That was good stuff. So, funny story that we were talking about before the stream started. So we made this video and we brought it to the events that we had later. You know, it was like one of our like looping things. And I think at GenCon or even Origins, I must have seen that video or heard that video like 1,000 times. And I began to loathe every word that came out of Smurfburn's mouth by the end of it. Even worse than that, because I'm starting in the beginning, I started to hate myself because every time it would start, hi, I'm Chase Straight, Duel Champions.
It's like the straight actually becomes Chase self-loathing. Like
yeah, exactly.
That's so depressing.
Like, hi, I'm Chase and I hate myself and everything that I say.
Oh man, it's cool though. Like to see how far, like Smurfburn, how far you've come from then actually winning that, and you stuck true to what you were saying. You said you've been playtesting, and here we go. Now we're at the big weekend because the four of you, as we said at the top of the broadcast, are going to be playing each other. And while it's really cool to be talking to all of you right now, and you guys are being friendly with one another and having discussion, then comes the harsh realization almost that only one of you makes it through. And while we're all being friendly and fun right now, only one of you gets to go to Paris. So
you know what I want to know? I want to know who's on everyone's hit list.
Ooh.
So let's go through each one of you guys, and I want to know out of your other three competitors who has the red target on their back and why. Do you want to start with Cryxious?
Sure, yeah.
Who are you going to be going after with a vengeance this weekend?
Well, you know, East Coast, West Coast. That's all I got to say right there. You know what's going on, Smurfburn.
Smurfburn has the target on his back.
I could say the same for you. I think.
I know.
When I'm playing, I'm thinking Cryxious is on my mind.
You know.
Okay, so we got a little Cryxious Smurfburn rivalry there. What about you, Parading? Who are you going after?
Man, that's a hard one. I think both Cryxious and Smurfburn are guys I'm scared of. I think Smurfburn a little bit more because I've seen Smurfburn's friend now. He's got a 1500 elo, so if that's who Smurfburn plays with, then he's going to be top-notch competition.
Oh, snap.
All right.
Wait, so are you just calling him a good competitor? I want to know who you personally are so sick of that you just want to crush them.
I would say I was at Origins Chase where that video was playing of Smurfburn talking over and over. So I wanted to strangle you or Smurfburn because I can my matches.
You can take a raging fireball on both of us.
That's right.
It's funny. What about you, Jackoh? Which one of these guys do you think is the biggest jerk?
Wait, who do you want to beat, or who's the biggest jerk?
Yeah, I think that's two different answers there, man. That's two.
I mean, one of the questions is easy.
I'm not eligible. You guys aren't playing me this.
Yeah. Okay. So Jackoh, you said one question's easy. Please, I am all ears. Let's hear it.
I think the jerk is Smurfburn.
Oh.
He's just trash talking everybody. It's just, That's not nice.
Burning the Smurf.
No.
I like it. That's like turning the name around.
Dude, yeah, Smurf. I maybe it was just that video, but it looks like you got the target on your back. Do you think that's because he's like going to be the toughest competitor? Like, who are you guys most worried about?
Oh,
Jacko, who? Yeah, I mean, you can say that you're scared. It's okay.
Oh, wow.
Cryxious.
You're scared of Cryxious?
Yeah, he seems to know a lot about the game, and yeah, he just sounds so like, so intelligent about the game stuff. I'm just overwhelmed by his knowledge.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm excited because I think Jacko is actually just completely sandbagging and like making all this crap up here in the interview, and he's gonna come out and he's gonna wreck some face. I'm scared of him.
Dude, he totally is. He pulled that crap at FanExpo Canada where he's like, oh yeah, no, I don't know, I'm not like very good, and then he gets on there and he's like, die, and then comes up like, oh hey, I guess I won my last game. It's so weird. I don't know.
You know what I like? I don't know if you've actually seen this, Jacko, but the chat is like chanting your name right now. You are building a fan base. Do you even see this? Look at this. Jacko 2014. Yeah, go Jacko. That's a good chant right there.
Jacko has perfected the concepts of this game.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, go Jacko. I like it. Like that is like a chant you could hear in a stadium.
Oh
where's
man.
Where's the Jacko 316 sign at?
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
With the rainbow hair and everything going on.
Oh, so Relkin is saying that Jacko is Smurf Food 2013.
Oh,
wow.
J Unit. I like this. J Unit.
Yeah.
We got Jacko. This is good, man.
We got a couple of Cryxious for Parrots. Crix is gonna win.
Someone even said they wanted your baby.
Streamer.
That's intense. That is so intense. I don't know. I'm a Jacko fan. I am a fan. I'm excited to see who comes out.
We're not allowed to be fans. I don't like any of you guys.
You're becoming a ginger brother for Jacko. Let me get that straight.
It's all right, Smurfburn.
I'm just kidding. I like all of you, and I'm gonna be sad when 3 of you don't get to go to Paris.
Dang.
Except for me. So two of us.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, basically, we got to represent North America, right? Because we got a lot of skeptical Europeans going on the other side. I kind of feel like we're in. Do you guys watch Game of Thrones at all? Do you have any like Game of Thrones fans in the house?
Yeah.
It's sort of like in Westeros, right? When all the kingdoms are like battling against each other, but really the White Walkers are on the other side of the wall and they're more powerful than any of them. I kind of feel like that's what's going on now. Somebody's got to take the throne so we can mass together against
true. I mean, you've got the second place does have a chance in the last chance tourney for Road to Paris. He gets thrown into that. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're totally right. We could have 2 North American representatives if someone wins the wild card. So, I mean, it's a chance.
Oh yeah, we have. Yeah, here I go. I don't even know my own tournament rules.
That's all right, Chase. That's me helping you. That's Chase helping you.
Okay, so we do have, the second place of this will go to the wild card. So yeah, so it is possible that we could have 2 of you guys go.
That would be kind of awesome. I mean, this is kind of like, I don't know if, this is my esports side talk and my love for competitive gaming, but how everyone's wondering in League of Legends, can a North American team beat the Koreans? Can we take down the Chinese teams? Things like that, the European teams. Will in North American, although we don't have the game, we haven't had the game as long, we haven't had the game to perfect the strategies, to conquer the metagame yet. Will we be able to go over and defeat some of these amazing players that have already qualified, like Akval, all these players like Oyao, who won the July online qualifier, who is an absolutely amazing story in of itself, who's going to be in Paris and has a really great chance at the World Championship? Do we have the underdog that can overcome those odds sitting right here with us right now, whether that be Cryxious or even Jacko or Parading, anybody? Yeah. Smurfburn, I don't want to leave you out. Smurfburn, I'll say all 4 of your names, but there is the chance, and that is the most exciting thing in the world to watch. So I actually think we probably need to be wrapping this up soon. I mean, we've already said we told you guys it'd be about an hour. So before we do wrap this up, though, I kind of want to get your final thoughts. What's on your mind going into this event? And just kind of your expectations and your thoughts on the road to Paris so far. Jackoh, I think that you'd be the perfect person to start us off with this. So what are your thoughts on the competition? And what are you expecting this weekend, man?
Honestly, I'm just looking for last place. And
So humble.
Getting that last place prize. Is it a free redeemable code pack? That's all I want from this code.
That is a mark of a true fan right
That's
there.
all I want.
Can I just get some codes, bro?
Yeah.
He's selling that. I don't really play this game thing. He's gonna show up with like 1530 ELO.
Yep.
Level 60. It's not even target now, Jackoh.
Oh,
Right.
no.
24-hour grind starts right now, Jackoh. Get on it.
Oh. I am a fan of this competition. Parading. Are you going to be parading yourself to victory this weekend?
You know, my main goal is just to not get shut out in the matches I play. So I can tell Cryxious and Smurfburn are very dedicated players. I've been trying to up my skills, but these guys just really sound like they know what's going on. So I'm with Jackoh here. I just want to not embarrass myself, do well, and hopefully get some more codes and packs out of this.
I like what Halo just said in the chat. He's like, I don't know this game very well. You're gonna show up with the Nurgle Slowpoke deck and just like demolish everybody. I like it. I like it a lot. I kind of want to save the trash talking for last because I don't want anybody to have the final say after that. I mean that would be no fun. Cryxious, let's take you next. What are your expectations this weekend, and what are your thoughts on the road to Paris so far, man?
I'll make it short and sweet. I won GenCon with a Haven champion. I'm going to win any finals with a Haven champion.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. And
That's
here...
true.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
I'm going to tweet that right now.
Dude, Smurfburn, I didn't
I'll
think
make
you
it
looked
short
like
and
that.
sweet.
Oh.
At KublaCon, I swept a Haven champion, and I'll do it again at North.
Oh.
Man, best man wins, Smurfburn.
All right, man.
I'm shocked that Smurfbird didn't say, "Okay, I will." I'm a little shocked at that. But guys, I can't thank you all enough for joining us tonight. You just got me so much more hyped for this event. Like, I can't even believe. For everybody that's watching right now, so that you know, we will not be streaming the actual matches. We don't have a spectator mode just yet in the game, but I will be getting the replays from these gentlemen of the finals of that second round, and I will be doing commentary over them so you can see the action and who is going to be going to Paris representing North America for their chance at the 2013 World Championship. Of course, I want to thank Pandar as well, Chase, over on the right side of the screen, for joining me tonight, hosting this interview session with these four gentlemen. And guys, may the best man win. Jackoh, I'm secretly rooting for you. I can't say that, can I?
You
Jack
can't
married
say
me.
that. No,
Man,
I'm not.
two Jack married me's in the comments.
No. You don't have to say it, but you can just give me codes, you know.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You can be my sponsor.
Pressure's on, gentlemen. Pressure is on.
Good
All
luck
codes.
to all of you guys.
All the codes everywhere.
I like it.
It's been awesome getting to know all of you. I mean, I've
Yeah.
met every single one of you at the events this year. You guys are all fantastic dudes, fantastic competitors. I can say we do the trash talk or whatever, but you guys are all very good sports. Very graceful with your opponents and everything at the live event. So I wish the best for all of you guys. Totally kick butt. So thank you for being a part of our community, for helping grow this game in the United States and North America. It's an honor for sure.
I agree, 100%. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah. For the rest of you suckers, stay tuned to the website at road2paris.com. We'll be giving blog updates on the outcomes. Like Jason said, he'll be doing some commentary on the replays. You can go to the YouTube channel for that. And we're very excited to see how this all plays out. And also get ready next week for the August online leaderboard finals with some of our more European heavyweights are going to be thrown down.
Yeah, there's some big names in that one. In fact, the second place from the World Championship last year, Eminem versus Smarties, is actually in that tournament. So we'll have to see if he's able to come back.
He's a heavy hitter.
Oh, he is definitely a heavy hitter. We've got some other really big names there, like Nilly Combs and even Mitch SP, who went undefeated in August. How is that even possible?
Does anybody know what deck that was? Does anybody know? I've been trying to figure out.
I have no idea.
No, I don't. I have no idea. And also for you guys out there, if you're asking a lot of questions about decks and stuff, if you're newer to the game, check out mmdoc.net. It's one of our fan communities. They have a great database of all the cards, and you can submit your own deck builds and vote on them and stuff like that. So if you're newer to the game and want some advice on putting decks together, that's a great place to start for inspiration.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you again for everybody that tuned in joining us tonight. Gentlemen, thank you all for joining me. This is JasonParadise signing out, and I will see you guys very soon here on our Twitch TV, on our YouTube, Duel of Champions. Take care. Have a wonderful night. Good luck, gentlemen. Find out who's going to be the representative for North America very soon. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.